Hello YouTube, this is Michael D. Provenzano, and today we'll be reviewing my code. I don't expect anyone to enjoy this. This is going to be pretty boring. I'm going to explain how my latest code works. It's called Fuzzy. It's a fuzzing program. I'm going to explain how it works. I'm going to say it again. It's going to be really boring. So, yeah, I'm going to try to explain it as best as I can. So, here we go. We import from core import get arg, set settings, spammer, and graphics. That in this file core, we're going to import all these files. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is this if statement. We're going to get the args. Okay, we will where get args. Open this over here. Come here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to check these if any of these are set. There's a couple required equals true, the URL, and the word list need to be set. It's going to basically just parse them out and return them. Okay, we'll come back to that. So if URL this basically if true, if URL is something, then we're going to go to the main function and pass the arguments to it. So then we're going to go to graphics. We're going to print graphics.banner. We're going to print this, and then we're going to define settings. Settings equals set settings.setup. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the setup function. We're going to run this. We'll run the init function. So we're going to we could specify a file name, but it doesn't matter. We just define a default one here. File name. We're going to open that file. We're going to make it and open that file, and then write self.makeDefaults. So self.makeDefaults will make this into a JSON format, and we're going to put it in that file. Right, we're going to make a file with these variables in it equaling nothing, and then we're going to change setting URL to the URL we specified. So change setting, it takes a setting and a value, and it basically you pick which one here, and then you set it to that. So we're going to put URL to the one we specified, and the word list to the one we specified, because those are required. And then we're going to fill out the other ones if they're not equal to nothing. Right, so set settings basically makes a file, sets default parameters, allows you to change the parameters in them, and then it can also return JSON format of it, so easier reading. Okay, so once all the parameters are set, this basically is just parsing the arguments we passed to it and setting them. So now we get to the actual code. Spammer.bombsaway, a equals spammer.bombsaway setting dot return settings. We're returning all the settings we set, right? So what this is going to do is set this JSON format like this, JSON file like this, right? And then we're going to use this for the rest of the time. So we're going to make a new variable and pass the settings to spammer.bombsaway. So here, we'll come here. So we just called the init function, and no. All right. Sorry, my dog's barking, and I'm probably gonna have to go downstairs to get him. Okay, so anyways, we're at the A, we're out here. This just means define the init function, right? We passed the settings. We passed settings dot return settings into it. Right, so that's just gonna put the JSON format into here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a.bomber. We're gonna run the a.bomber function. If you scroll down, this is it. So with open the word list, we're gonna open this file, and then we're going to iterate through each line. We're gonna go through each one of these. There's only one right now. And we're going to send it to a function. Self.send. Right? We're going to send the settings and the line, the word that we're on. And so send is not in here. We're using inheritance from format requests. So from this function, we're sending one word with the settings to this, right? To send right here. Settings and the item we want. These are just, don't worry about these. Alright, so first thing we're doing is if get or post, right? These are private functions. This little thing here means they're private, so they can only be used within this file. As you can see, there's some more here. We can only use them in this file. So this one we can use in other files, that's why it's being used here. But from this file, we cannot use this function, or this one, or anyone with that, right? So we were at bombs away, right? We're down here. So response. Self.send, we're passing in the the settings file, and the word that we're on. So we're checking if it's a post or a get by passing in, let's see, okay, yeah. So we're passing in this. And down here, if we look, if data is not equal to none, which it's not, return true. Wait, hold on, I think I messed that up. Wait, hold on. Get, so we're returning true if, okay. Yeah, it should be like that. Because, funny enough, this is not equal to none. This is not equal to none. Oh yeah, I guess it would be. Hold on, I messed up. So, wait. If, okay. This is equal to that. I messed it up. So if there's nothing in the in data that we're specifying, if there's nothing in this function, then we'll return true, because if it's a post request, then we'll probably add something here. I messed that up, sorry. So if the data. So if get or post, if we pass this into this, if it's equal to that, then we'll return true. If it's not, then it will return false. So if true, then packet equals get request. We're going to pass in the settings and the item we want. So by item, I mean the word, right? So we're going to do get request, pass in the settings and the item. So the URL first, we're going to take this URL and replace this fuzz. This is where we want fuzz. We specified it in the arguments. Right, we're going to replace that with the item, the item. And then we're going to add the headers, just in case there are, and allow redirects as false. I'm probably going to do something to make these true and like handle the redirects, but right, I didn't feel like it, right? And so what that's going to return is the data, right? The request, response, and the response headers and all that. So this format will be equal, or response will be equal to this, and we're checking if it's a get or post up here, right? So hold on, I think I messed it up again. So yeah, we're doing send, stuff that's send, the response. We're checking if it's a get or post. We're building the packet. This will send the packet, and then here we are. So we'll return the packet status code in the packet text for either the post or get. We're just gonna all we're returning, all this will return, or all the self that's sent, all this should return is two variables, status code in the text. Now, we're coming here to the format. Format equals self.format. We're going to format the response with this response with the word we entered. So format. Sorry. Oh, hold on. I don't think we used word. Oh yeah, we did. So what this is basically going to do is make it look nice. So show equals false. So this is what the master string is going to be. It's going to have some padding so it looks pretty. This is just going to make it look nice. That's all that's going to do. And then we're going to check the status code. If the status code is not equal to anything, I think I should, yeah, because hold on. Okay, I forgot this. I should have. Yeah, I guess I was forgetting because none is not equal to an empty string for some reason. I guess it's a string, but yeah. So save that. If the status code is not equal to anything, or if the settings, let's go to. These are the settings. All right. So if in the settings status code is not equal to anything, then we're going to check this. If status code is in, if we put, so let's do 200, right? It's not equal to anything, so this will run. Yeah. So this will run if there's a status code in there. If the first thing in the format here, remember we're returning a status code in the text. If it's in this, then we'll self.true equals true, right? We'll turn it to true. And then basically, we'll do the word count. All we're doing for the word count and the character count is, here, I'll show you. Okay, it's in, where is it? I think it's in the arguments here. So for the parse status code, we're just we're parsing the file, right? This will just split them. So if we have it like this, we'll just make a list of these. We'll split it here and make a list of these. Okay. And so show word. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, here. Word count. Sorry, I was not explaining the right thing. So we covered the status code. If settings.show word, the word count, this is what settings.word count. Oh, sorry. I really messed up the thing. So the variable names. But if the word count is equal to nothing, is not equal to nothing, then we're going to do, then if the word count is in this setting, we're going to do the word count with the data 1. For the text, we're going to return an integer of all the words. And all we're doing is just splitting everything by a space. Yeah, if the word count is equal to what we specified, then we're going to show equals true. And we're basically going to do that for the character count too. We're going to count all the characters and see if the characters from the request with that fuzz word is equal to what we want to check. Okay, so also it says here, they all have if show is not equal to true, right? Because it's just part of the logic. I guess don't worry too much about that. So if show equals true, or if all of these are false, then we're going to return the master string. I suck at explaining how the code works. But, okay, so it's going to return the master string formatter. If formatter is equal to none, this one actually is how it's supposed to be, then we're going to print the formatter. And then if we come back here to fuzzy, that's all it's going to do. So let's see it in action. Let's see if I can find an example. So here, we want to fuzz this website, right? We're going to fuzz it right here with the word list. Let's that's some stuff. Specify the wrong list. Okay, so as you can see, 301. We got the word count is 5, the character count is that, and in the source status code is 301 for online, 302, that's what the page returns. And so if we want to filter out character code, what we basically do from here is CC character code. Very nice. Now let's say we want to do it by source code. Source code 301. And so all 301 means is redirect. So what we can try is putting a slash there because it is autocorrecting. As you can see, we get a source code 200 for online. So we can do source code 200. Very nice. So the main problem with this that I didn't add is redirects, right? Because this should work, but it's just redirecting. But since I specified redirect to equal false, yeah, here, redirects equals false, it's not it's not redirecting to the 200 page. So yeah, honestly, this is probably some of my best work. And I really liked how this one came out. This function here, setup, nice and simple. I'll probably make a module for this so we can do the same thing because it was pretty nice. Oh, my eye hurts. So this one was also pretty cool. Actually, this one was mediocre. I like this one though because I don't know. This one I think worked on the first try. Actually, I think it was this one that worked on the first try. Yeah, it was this one. The one problem I was having was the formatter, which isn't really necessary, but the formatter just makes it look nicer. Yeah, but it was really fun making. That's about it.